I have Dr. Joe Shaw from WWF South Africa joining me in studio, and Dr. Simon Morgan, a trustee from the Wildlife Act Fund, joining me on Google Hangout. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
We're going to be talking about some of the issues around rhino poaching today. Joe, I want to start with you. Last year was the worst year on record for rhino poaching in South Africa. Can you unpack what this means?
So the latest statistics released by the Department of Environmental Affairs show that 946 rhinos had been killed up until the 19th of December. Wow. And that's leading us to suggest that there could be as many as 1,000 animals killed over the year as a whole. Now, given that there were 668 rhinos killed in 2012 and 448 in 2011, we're seeing this ongoing concerning growth in the number of animals being lost.
Well, I know Simon mentioned that hunting doesn't lead to extinction, poaching does. If this continues, if the demand is still there, in Vietnam, people are still poaching rhinos, will it lead to extinction?
Right now in South Africa, we're at a point where the number of rhinos being born is roughly the same as the number that are dying every year when we take these poaching deaths into account. The population is still growing slightly, but if the growth rate in terms of the number of babies declines, or if the poaching rate continues to increase as it has, in the next, maybe this year, maybe next year or the year after, we will get to that point where numbers start to go down. And that's a very scary place to be in.
Simon, did you have anything to add on that topic?
I do. I think Joe is very correct. If you look at the population as a whole within South Africa, the problem that we're facing, though, is that if you look at the individual populations that exist in South Africa, specifically the Kruger Park, which is a very important population, you'll see that the majority, at least more than 60% of the rhinos that we're losing are within that area. So what we might find is we'll get local extinctions of very important populations like the Kruger National Park's population, which could be hammered and hammered. It might never get down to completely disappearing rate, but it'll get down to such low numbers that their productivity will nowhere be where it was. And that's where the problem comes in, is that we actually stand to lose very important populations, and those little ones will go extinct.